Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Eugenia here with some soldering stuff. I don't know how to start those videos. Anyway, hi guys. I keep thinking I'm like a weather girl. Anyway, so welcome to my channel. My name is Eugenia. We're gonna be working on some jewelry today, and I just want to let you know that one of my sweetest subscribers, Catherine, thank you so much. She sent me a bag of beautiful sea glass, and oh my gosh, like the shapes are perfect and they're thick. And in LA, it's hard to find glass. Like literally, it's hard. So I'm always on a lookout for some beautiful sea glass, and thank you so much. Like I'm so excited. I'm gonna be making some beautiful pieces. Like one of my favorite ones is this. Like look at this shape. Oh my god, you can, it's like almost a ring on its own. Okay, so just beautiful. I am very tempted to make a pendant this big, but I don't want to scare you. So but right now we're gonna ease ourselves into working with sea glass, and I'm gonna be only using this big of a stone. For some people it's huge, but for me, you know, it's tiny. We know me and my giant rings. Anyway, so I'm going to be, I forgot my favorite ring. I'm going to be experimenting in today's video, and we're going to be working with black copper tape. Why? Because we're working with transparent pieces and we don't want any ugly orange showing. So this will be the main reason why. And I'm going to be using floral foam for this. There's a video on my channel, I'll put it up here. Floral foam has been extremely helpful for me to arrange compositions, to hold them in place. So I highly recommend you guys getting that. And we're going to be basically working with this beautiful rhinestone trim from Amazon that sticks to solder without copper. So we're definitely going to be applying copper tape to this because there's no magic here. Just continue watching. It's going to be cool, hopefully. And I'll see you in a minute, in a second. Are you guys excited? I'm very excited. It's going to be an interesting piece, okay? So let's begin. I'm not wearing my mask just yet because I'm not really doing anything with flux or solder, so we don't have to put on the mask just yet, but at some point you would, okay? Very important. I'll be nagging you like this. Make sure to always wear a mask. Okay, so let's get into the beautiful creative mood. Let's not let any thoughts bother us. Let's come up with a design first and composition, which I kind of have in my mind, but I want this piece to be wrapping around. I want this piece to have rhinestones wrapping around it. That's kind of like the starting point for me. But again, we don't know what's going to happen because sometimes it does what it wants. I'm going to be using black copper tape. This has been washed, so it has no oil. I made sure my fingers are clean, so degrease your surface, as I always mention. Wash it. If it's been washed, let it dry because it can contain moisture and your copper tape will get undone. So let's not do that. When you are detaching, when you're peeling your copper tape, make sure not to touch it too many times again because it will cause the piece to fall out. We don't want to do that either. So I'm gonna actually cut this in half. Let me show you. You can cut copper tape in whatever way you want. If you want to make that thinner, I think it's, I don't understand inches. This is probably 5 millimeters. I want to do 3 millimeters to 2.5 millimeters wide copper tape. So I'm going to go ahead and slice it along the side of the strip. Let me just use scissors. It's really easy. So a lot of the times what stands between us and our art is the contemplation of making something and the fear of making something, you know, self-talk that is usually negative. We want to leave it out of the door and just go for it. So if you are someone who is canning their ideas, as I say, don't, because you live on a piece of rock in the middle of nowhere. Express what you want to express, even no one's going to see it, even no one's going to appreciate it. It's for you. If your soul wants it, if you're an artist, like don't ever suppress it. I've been suppressing it. It didn't end well. Maybe one day I'll share my story with you. So don't do that to yourself, okay? Even if it's part-time, even if it's on the weekend, and even if it's a tiny little project, do not suppress, express. It's good for you. It's good for your health, actually. My hands are covered in gold leaf. I'm not gonna lie. I'm filming a few videos today because I want to be on time for Sunday posts. So I just filmed the video about gold leaf. So okay, so you see how I made them thinner, okay? And sometimes that's what we want, and maybe this is still too thick for me, and we're gonna find out in a minute. Let's just see how I want basically to almost not see copper tape, and I want to see beautiful strips of these rhinestones. So let's risk it all. Let's risk all of it, and let's just make it even thinner. I should have done it right away. It would have been better, but let's just make it even thinner. I'm going to wrap, and sometimes I'm going to warn you, sometimes could be a little porous. Only from experience I know that sometimes sea glass could be porous, so good luck to me. But let's hope it will do. So let's just think about the design real quick. I do want for it to be wrapping around the shape. I do want to do that. I'm going to be doing it using a thicker version of a tape, but for the delicate strips going kind of across, I want to use this. Let's pray it will work. So I'm attaching copper tape, and I am being mindful of the shape that I'm working with. I'm mindful how wide it needs to be, right? I'm just guiding my tape, and I'm pulling, but I'm not pulling too much to the point that it snaps and breaks, right? So, but I am pulling. It needs to be pulled. It needs to hug your shape well. All right. Overlapping part, and then we're gonna just rip this. Okay. It's actually working. Sorry, it's Etsy. By the way, if you want me to make a video about my Etsy stores, I have a few. It doesn't mean that it's make it rain. I promise it's not. I wish it was, but I do have experience with Etsy. So, and I do have my fashion there, and then I still didn't get the burnishing tool. I'm sorry. But if you want me to do a video of like how I package orders, if anyone's interested, if it's something fun for you, whatever tips you want me to give you about Etsy. I just don't know, this crew seems to be, you guys are into soldering, so I feel like that's what's interests you. But let me know in the comments what other videos you would like me to do. Maybe like you want me to take you to a little coffee shop trip. Maybe we can go fabric shopping in downtown LA, rhinestone shopping, jewelry shopping, you know, not jewelry, but jewelry supply shopping. Just let me know. I love the woo kind of situation. It's kind of I love it. Like, I don't want anything, I don't want to change anything. It's pretty perfect to me. So now that we are done with this, let's now add delicate strips of solder that we've pre-cut earlier. Okay, so I'm just making sure there's no debris, there's no fingerprints, like it's all degreased, otherwise, you know, the adhesion won't be what we want. And I want to follow the shape, listen to the shape, follow the shape. So I'm going to be, for them to be more secure, I'm going to be continuing it, because I might just add some solder, because I feel like it's not going to be too secure. So I'm going to continue the strip around the shape. I'm pulling, but not too much. And I'm just gonna go minimalistic way down right here. No air, no gaps, no bubbles. Otherwise, it's not going to be secure. Sorry, a strip of copper tape again. We're going to apply. The way I'm applying it, I mentioned that in one of my videos. Try to like apply it towards the middle or towards the edge of the copper tape. Don't leave it right here. So try to cover it as much as you can. Try to overlap as much as you can, because it's going to be more secure. Okay, so pulling it again, and we're going to cut it. Okay, and I might just cut these pieces. You know what? I'm just going to cut this. Never mind. Like, I'm just going to get rid of this. It's not necessary as much as long as they went all the way. It's okay for me, as much as the front. Okay, so That's it. This is our base. You can see black, but it's fine. It's moody and beautiful. It doesn't bother me. And burnishing. We forgot about burnishing. Okay, so all right, so perfect. Now we are ready to solder. I'm excited. So I usually solder around 800 because I like my solder to be super flowy. And again, but if you're in a cooler environment, adjust it to be hotter. Clear mind, excitement, no negative thoughts, no talking yourself out of this. We're doing it, okay? We're doing it. Okay. All right, guys. So every time you solder, please always have your fan on, like this. You're gonna also put on your mask. I know it's uncomfortable, but we have to. Let's first attach delicate strips. See if it works. If your soldering tip does not want to pick up solder, all you have to do is rub it against the solder. It works for me. All right, too much solder, but it's okay. Ooh. All right. This is not hot yet, so I'm lucky, but this is what we have. So look, it worked. Interesting. Even as is, it's kind of cool on its own. Let me just show you. But we're gonna go a step further. But now you see we can do beautiful decorations to, you know, spice up our pieces. Why not? Gorgeous. I'm loving it. I kind of wish I would have left it like this because it's kind of very tribal. I love this so much. Anyway, but let's do what we agreed to do. We know that this particular kind of metal, which I'm researching what kind of that, so I'll tell you guys later. This particular kind of metal melts and without any copper tape. So for this, we're gonna be using our friend, our green foam buddy. And very interesting when we are working with that, just being mindful of how far we push it in. Because if we're gonna push it too far, we won't have any surface to, it would be tricky. I think it's gonna be tricky to add this, but let's just see. Ouch, hot, hot, hot. But I don't wanna be pushing it too much because I want it to be kind of still, it might be tricky, guys. I'm not gonna lie. It might be tricky because it's not an even, it's not a flat surface. It's kind of like warped. So, but we're gonna figure out. And let's move it around, lay it around, lay this piece around our shape. It's like, you know, this is like cheating because it's silversmithing, but not really. It looks like it is, you know. So, but it takes us 15 minutes to do instead of many hours of work. And I mean, hats off to all those beautiful silversmithers who actually cast and do metal smithing, the real, you know, not soft soldering, but like a hard soldering, I think it's called. Okay, this is good. Gently applying flux. Okay. Interesting, but look at her. Look. Wow. If it was a flatter situation, I don't mind waves. I mean, I like weird jewelry, we all know me, but obviously if it was a flat surface, it would have been even, but look at that. Look at this. Let me zoom in. I love this. This is the back. It just jumped out, which is fine. And it's still hot, so I cannot handle it. But I love this. Do we need any additional rhinestones in here? Success. I feel like it's a success. Now I'm gonna move this out of the way. Let's see if I actually, or maybe I'll leave it here because it's like a perfect spot for it to attach my ring to. It's not easy, but we'll do it. Okay, now we're going to be dropping solder like in here. Yeah, it's not easy to set the base, but I'm trying to get solder. I'll show you. I'm trying to get solder in here. You see there's a gap? Like I'm trying to get solder in here. Otherwise it's not strong enough, in my opinion. I'll be quiet and I'll focus on this, so sorry guys. Another unique piece of jewelry. I was able to drop my solder between the ring and the base of the ring, so it's super secure now. It's sitting on that strip of solder that we've added. The band is clean, the sides are clean, smoothed out the sides. I'm not gonna be adding any decorations. This is good. I wish I just left it even, you know, I like it. I liked it before rhinestones, but rhinestones is interesting too. So let me go ahead and wash this, and I'll be right back. Another day, another ring. Happy with this. I love this so much. Catherine, thank you so much for sending those. They're so perfect. They're thick. The shapes are so flawless. So just to show you guys, so I'll give you a little close-up. You see how it cracked, and I love that. I think it cracked when I was washing it. You can barely see it, but I wish you could see more of those cracks because it's so Ricoins and tribal and primal, and oh my gosh, those veins are perfectly possible. You can use them as decor. You don't have to use the actual width that the tape comes in. You can cut it, you can slice it, you can do whatever. It's kind of matching my sweater now, and I love that it's transparent. And you see, like, and again, if I used silver backing tape, it would have been maybe even more mysterious, but I don't mind the black strip. It's fine. But maybe someone would say silver is better. I would agree with you. Probably silver would have been better. But, and yeah, don't be afraid if you live anywhere close to the beach. If you're lucky to have sea glass, take advantage of it because it's gorgeous. And Catherine, thank you so much once again. I'm just so happy. This is my new little ring. Continue watching, continue subscribing. I love you. I'll see you in my next one. And go create. Do not procrastinate. And let it out, okay? Don't stop yourself from being happy. So make some art. Bye. Kisses. I love you. Bye. Thank you.